What up, tube? Been a minute. You know, I've been in the garage working still, just haven't been recording. I have been getting a bunch of messages from you guys wanting more content, and so yeah, I figured I'd jump on here quick, do a little video, let you know what I got going on, and explain a little why I really don't get on here much anymore. It's a beautiful day here in Oregon. Let me show you some progress that I've had on the roadster here, and yeah, we'll chat. So yeah, it's a sunny day here in Oregon. The 50s outside. Been doing a little spring cleaning in the garage. When I work, it's just me, and sometimes I let shit get out of hand, and yeah, it's out of hand right now. So there she is, the roadster. A lot of you have seen it on the channel. You saw me start building it. It disappeared, and then it popped back up the other day. I did a quick little video telling you where I was at, just a little teaser. It's definitely far from done. A lot of it's just sitting on there. That door literally is just propped up. Seats are just sitting in there. The steering column is in, but it's not hooked up to anything. As you can see, carburetors aren't hooked up. There's so much left to do on it. Honestly, I just stopped recording what I was doing because I wasn't enjoying it. Sometimes YouTube's a grind, man, and it just isn't worth it. Just to be honest with you. I know a lot of people love the content, and I've been getting a lot of messages saying, hey, I wish we could see more, asking questions, all that stuff. And while that's great, it just doesn't motivate me to want to come in here, set up cameras, show you exactly what I'm doing every night, work for 2 hours and get 45 minutes worth of stuff done. So I just don't. I mean, I have shot some video, short clips, things like that, of the progress I've made and what I've done on this thing. And I will do some editing and get them up later. But, you know, honestly, I don't get paid to do YouTube. Monetization, I'm far from that. And, yeah, it just isn't worth it. What up, tube? A little short here. Little progress on the 31 roadster build. I didn't feel like making a whole video, so let me show you what I did in this short. Finished up that front firewall structure. Just added a little plate in here. Goes all the way down, links up. And then today I tackled mocking up the 4-link. So we got one side done anyway. My bars cut to length, mounting held in there. I'm gonna add some more structure up here, across. That drive line goes right through. I took off those big old meaty wheels, threw these on here. That's the look I'm going for. So started the 4-link, finished the firewall mount. We're getting somewhere. Throughout the rest of the video, I don't do much audio, and so I'll just do some voiceover. So here's some shots of the 4-link. It's all just tack welded in. There's no pan hard bar yet. All mock up, early stages. So since last we met, this thing's come a long way. That firewall mount got done and welded. The inside of the cab got braced. The rest of the cab mounts are done in the front and the back. I also put all of this structure in. I started hanging a 4-link. There's a cross member back there. and some coilovers just hanging right now. That rear axle's not solid. I also bent a quick little plate or piece of sheet metal for the rear. But yeah, so she is just a little different in there. Yeah, coilovers just hanging. They need, they're literally just tacked. They might not sit there when they're done. They might, who knows. The 4-link is also tacked in there. This axle isn't connected at all. So, got my skinny tires on the back. Started some suicide door hinges, which just aren't gonna work. But yeah, the Roadster project is coming along nicely. I have it up off the ground, and it is sitting about ride height-ish. The way I have it set up, I'll be able to drop it down another inch or so. Today, I am gonna start putting my front axle together and figuring out all this mess up here. Motor and tranny's already been mocked up, and it's sitting over there waiting. I got wheels. I got my tire sizes I'm using, which are back here. My big and little combo there. So today I have a straight axle that my friend Oliver helped me put together. We got it all set up. I just need to do a couple things to it and get it on the car. Figure out our front perch mount, where steering's coming, all that jibber jazz. But yeah, she's coming along good. So I unloaded this axle and brought it in the garage. I had this dropped axle laying around the garage. I think I got it at a swap meet for like $100 or something. It's just a knockoff, but if anything, it's gonna work for mock-up. My buddy Oliver was over yesterday and we got some work done figuring out how to set up the side steer. Dug through his parts, threw together a little something, got some wishbones, heated up some of these brackets, got them in the right place. So now I got my side steer set up, and then I can go across over there. I need to figure out where and how high I want to hang my leaf spring from the front. I want to figure out if I want to hang my leaf spring behind the axle or on top of it. I do have brackets to put it on top. I just need to make sure that this thing sits low enough. So I'm going to throw some wheels on here. I don't have the right size tire combo and a wheel right now, so it'll sit way taller, and I'll have to do some math to figure out where it goes. And then I gotta weld some rod ends back here, figure out where it's gonna lay out here. Yeah, all the fun stuff. So let's get started. More progress on the Roadster today. I made a trans mount. Drop the motor in there. It's about a 1/2 inch higher than the frame scrub line, so it's not gonna drag. And then I put together this little trans mount that comes off of the back of this cross member. I'm putting that solid floor in here. That's all above the frame. I made some plates for either side here. You can probably see, you can see my plate in there. So the inside of the frame is plated. The motor is sitting where it's gonna be, in the middle between the frame rails. Transmission mount is done. Now I need to make some engine mounts. Originally, I thought about doing a motor plate instead of doing the traditional motor mount. I'm still undecided, but for now, that's where she lives. Pretty stoked. What up, tube? Back on the roadster again. I know this video is kind of choppy and all over the place. Just been shooting whenever I feel like it. So earlier today I got the rear transmission mount done and welded into place. I have the motor sitting in here and the motor sitting in here, and I'm making some motor mounts. So let me show you what I'm doing. So here's my drawing for my bracket. Basically, I want this bushing to be about 3 inches to the center off of the motor mount. Boom, about there. I measured my bracket. This is 2.5 inches wide. I split that. I took my square. I drew 3 lines, one in the middle, 3.25 high, 3.5 high. That way that I'm sitting at 3 inches to the middle. And I drew a square. I found my center point. I lined my bushing up, traced around it. That's what I got. So I'm gonna cut one of those out, make a cardboard template, make sure it fits, transfer that to steel, and I need 4 of those. And after a little trimming, there should be, all right, I got it bolted on. Now I just need to make a bracket that comes from here up there. Pretty simple. Some cardboard, some cutting, we'll get her done. And there it is, tacked in. I dig it. So I finally got the parts I needed and put the axle together. Welded some plate in the side and got the trailing arm set up. And boom. Little did I know that spring perch is 2 inches too tall. I didn't think about the weight of the car. That was a pretty big night. First night we got it into a roller. It was pretty rad seeing it move under pushing power, I guess you could say. That whole front setup's still a little wonky. And on to the windshield. When I got the car, it had the posts cut off of the windshield, so I bent up some sheet metal, matched the factory stuff, and extended them up again. I had half of a 30-31 windshield frame, so I'm making some brackets, and I'm going to clamp her in there for now, and there you go. We got ourselves a windshield frame. Time for glass. Look what made it outside. So this next shot here, you can see where I mounted the gas tank. I finished up tying the frame into the rear of the car, and I added a spot for the battery box as well. So there's the other side tie-in. It all bolts to the back by the roll pan, and then my battery box goes, here, show you in a second, right there. All bolts down, fastens. It's pretty rad. And here's where I cut the gas filler out of the stock tank and used it in the new tank in the back. I cut it and welded it into the rear deck lid and then just blended in. I really like the way it came out. I feel like that should have been stock. Next up, we're making a deck lid. So I sticked out a frame with some 1x and end up bending some sheet metal to stick to it. Doesn't fit perfect, but this thing's kind of ratty and not perfect anyway. So there's a little bit of the sheet metal process, bending and welding. And there it is on the car. Next, we move on to making that ass end look better. I got a pair of taillights from a 54 Chevy, one of my favorite cars, and decided I was going to make some buckets and just get them in there. So I made some buckets, welded them in, ground them down, had to reverse the light and flip it around. Originally, the reverse light's on the other side, and it just looked funny, so there she is, all done. I think it's pretty slick. Definitely a little Jetsons-esque look to it. I dig it. Looks good in the still photos with the Hooligans plate on the back, too. And, yeah, on to the next project. Next, we move on to some floors. I know throughout the whole video, I kept saying stuff about solid floor, solid floor. Well, that never happened. The price of 3/16 is outrageous, so we put some tube in there. Next, I moved on to adding sheet metal, just mocking it up here, figuring out where I'm going to put my bead rolls. Drilled everything, rolled it, started tacking it in. My drive shaft hoops in there as well. I used some flat stock to trace out the floor. And this is the flange for the trans tunnel where it enters into the back of the car. Yeah, and that was a fun piece of stretch. So there's how it fits. Pops up in there. That all gets welded into the back wall. And there it is, welded in. I still have yet to finish welding all that sheet metal on the back wall either. So, like I said, lots of welding to do yet. There's the trans tunnel I'll put in. It does unbolt to access the transmission. The front floor pans are a little different. They recess and drop down in front of the trans cross member. That way your feet are a little more comfortable. A lot of these cars are just so damn flat. The driver's side one, I had to make room for the shifting mechanism on the side of the Turbo 350. So that's what that box is there. I installed my shifter off camera here. And when I made this pan, I basically had to go around. And that became my mounting port for my cable too. Here we get into the hard part of the transmission tunnel. All the crazy shrinking and stretching to get up over. That was a learning experience, and it's not perfect, but I did the best I could, and I think it came out pretty good. The shifter mounts over top. Like I said, it all unbolts, so you can access that from the top, and I'm going to run all my wiring down the middle of it too, so nice clean build. You won't see anything from the outside. I dig it. The shifter came out pretty rad. That cable runs down through, and like I said, the sheet metal actually became my mounting point for my cable going into the transmission, so it worked out nice and slick. I still have one more piece to bend up over into the firewall. Alright, so here we go. If you noticed earlier in the video, my whole front end setup was way off, too high. I finally fixed it. I cut the bracket off, lowered it 2 inches, and pinched the front frame rails so they're not as wide in the front. Gives me more ground clearance, looks better all around. So yeah, I got that all put together, welded in these pictures here, and then welded my radiator support in. So now the car has a nose on it. Still got some work to do up there. Shocks need to be added, and yeah, lots of other stuff. Steering needs to be finished, but the front's... And that's about it. Now you're all caught up. Like I said in the previous video, a lot of the sheet metal that's on it and things that are in these pictures are just sitting there. There's lots of work left to do. So got a new video coming soon. Make sure you click that subscribe button, comment, like what I do, and yeah, thanks for viewing. If you made it this far, I definitely appreciate you.